Bonjour à toutes et à tous, bienvenue sur le SIB TV, plateau de la chaîne officielle du Salon international du bâtiment placé sous le haut patronage de Sa Majesté le roi Mohamed VI, que Dieu l'assiste. Ici, en direct du parc d'exposition Mohamed VI de Jadida, nous recevons Monsieur Yazid Siteli, professionnel en traitement des eaux usées et qui nous vient de la Hollande, alors marocain, hollandais, maroco-hollandais, résident en Hollande. Ouais. Hi, Yazid Siteli, how are you?
Hi, so far so good actually.
So glad to receive you in the international building exhibition.
My pleasure, thank you so much.
So, first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself and explain you are specialized in the process engineer waste water treatment, right?
Indeed. Basically, my experience in environmental engineering started actually when I was in Canada. It's actually a really nice country which basically it gives me more, I think, ideas and more ambitions how we can actually efficiently treat the water. I think in there, actually, somewhere in 2018, I started actually investing more in circular economy. My thesis was actually in bioplastics production. It's actually this type of plastic that can be degraded. And in that way, I actually started looking differently about the environment and how we can use waste so we can actually help the environment to be much more healthier than it is actually right now. And at the same time, promote actually high added value products at the same time.
So, nice. So, first of all, I would like to know how did you decide to come here in the international building exhibition?
Well, basically, since I am a Moroccan who is actually living in the Netherlands, the Dutch embassy in Morocco is really active in the water business actually in Morocco. I have been witnessing a lot of their projects as well as actually the German association for development. It's called GIZ. But at the same time, for me, being in the Netherlands, it's like being with the best team in the world, especially if you are talking about water problems and how we can solve it.
For sure.
So for me, the Dutch embassy is holding actually at the moment a seminar how we can actually exchange good practices on how we can deal with environmental issues inside the city, basically.
So what do you think about the situation, about the climate change, you know, the situation with the hydric stress here in Morocco? It's happened everywhere in the world. So what is your vision for Morocco now?
It's a great question, by the way. Thank you so much. For me, I would say actually that the way how it is handling right now, how they are handling it is like promising type of development. But I would say, since my portfolio and my background is coming from different type of countries and cultures, so basically I have the Canadian portfolio, I have the Canadian expertise actually in treating wastewater. So I would say the way how it is right now, it's really bad, and I would say that solutions and how can I say that actually? Solutions and also laws should be really taken seriously right now, especially if we are talking about water scarcity, because there are like a lot of regions. I'm coming from Kenitra, like the region of the Gharb, and in there are actually a lot of agricultural lands which they have saline water, well water, which basically they can't irrigate any land with it. And right now they are standing there with these huge problems. They either go for reverse osmosis, but it's so costly, or they just have to, I don't know, perhaps lose their businesses and then lose their livelihoods and then being in a really bad shape financially as a family. So I would say water is the essential part, as Will said actually in the Quran. It's well positioned in the heart of every business, whether you are seeing it directly or indirectly, basically. So I would say with the last actions of the King Mohammed VI, he actually installed a lot of initiatives in terms of how we can solve this huge problematic.
Right.
But I would say it's also for us and our responsibility to take action and have an initiative so we can solve this issue.
So, with your experience, your international experience, what is, in your point of view, the new innovation that's coming now and be useful for Moroccan company?
Well, I would say when actually a lot of Dutch universities, they were calling us so they can actually investigate and do some research on reusing treated wastewater coming from cities. I was like, the Netherlands is like one of the most known countries as like really dense in water. So how come that they are actually already starting to think about this problematic? So basically I would say it's not a new technology, but it's actually promising in terms of what it can promote and what it can give basically to Morocco. So this technology, it's already used in Rabat. Like if you go near the airports, you can already see that basically all the green spaces are irrigated with treated water. But this technology, it's only in some regions. And my idea is it has to be in every region. We can't use groundwater anymore. We can't use, I don't know, let's say water coming from dams or from rivers. We have to use this water because we have a lot of water. We are generating somewhere around 342 million cubics per year of wastewater. If it's treated efficiently, and we can make another tertiary treatment. It's a technical term, I'm sorry. A tertiary treatment is actually an additional step which we can kill and eradicate all the viruses and bacteria that can harm actually the human lives. Then we can use this water in irrigation of green spaces, and perhaps, if the research is going really well, we can also use it in irrigation for agricultural purposes, basically.
Nice. See, Yazid, Siteli, you coming now with few projects actually. This is what you share with me. I would like to know exactly what kind of project as an entrepreneur you want to develop here in Morocco. What is your, the first step of your project?
Well, I would say, thanks a lot for the question, by the way. At first hand, I was looking actually at which regions really needs this the most, basically. And when I was doing my market study and with the help also of my coach, strategic business-wise, we were actually targeting, let's say, small rural communities, which basically they really need like an immediate action so they can solve this issue. And for me, I would say the first step is actually to, let's say, have an idea about which community needs this technology the most, start with a pilot study, do some analysis of the water, and then starting the irrigation, basically. And this technology, it's not like, I don't know, it's not rocket science. It's filtration steps, 40 micron, and then a disinfection step with UV lights, basically. And this one, it can give you more than somewhere around from 10 to 20 cubics per hour. And at the same time, you can also store that water like in a reservoir or something like this, which basically you can use for, I don't know, for your next days or something like this. And I think that since the Iraq, that what we have in Kenitra, or let's say Eaux, Office National de l'Eau Potable et Électricité, they are just basically discharging this water in rivers. They are just discharging this water in the ocean. So this water, if it can be used, we can also use a huge portion in irrigation, and we can leave the groundwater basically for drinking water purposes, but not to irrigate the green spaces. We don't have to waste that, actually.
Nice. So I would like to know what kind of support are you looking for during the International Building Exhibition here in Al Jadida. So maybe partners, maybe do you need funds? So please share with the audience, the need. You were talking about ONE. So what kind of organization maybe need to be supported you?
I think at a first step, I would say, I'm actually already starting my, I would say, looking out for collabs, looking out for partners and stuff. I would say, I think at a first step, I'm a researcher. basically I'm a scientist and I want to do stuff correctly. I care for the environment and I care for the livelihoods of my community. So I don't want actually to give and to provide polluted water for their green spaces because the kids gonna play there, etc., etc. So I would say for me, I would want actually like a partner with, let's say, INRA, like Institut National de la Recherche Agronomique, for instance, or any university who are actually interested in this type of treatment. At first glance, Université Bnotofa and Kinitra, they are also like one of, let's say, the potential partners or collaborators, I think, in this project, I would say. But at the same time, I'm also looking for someone, I think, who can feel the potential for this project. And basically, perhaps, I don't know, I'm also looking for investors, I think, for this, I would say.
I think that's a good place here, no? Right?
Indeed, 100%.
So what do you think about the organization of the event?
Of the salon?
Yes.
Well, for me, actually, I was really flabbergasted, I think, as soon as I entered, I think, the front door. It's really, really nice. I haven't had the chance, I think, to have a walk like around, but I would say it's just the energy, and I see a lot of young people, and I'm just happy about that, to be honest with you. I was around like conferences and salons, like let's say around the world, but at the same time, this salon feels a bit different for me. It's more personal. It's more. It's in my country, allez. So yeah. So I would say for me, I would like to talk with people. Let's say I think about this project, understand, give me critiques. Know how I can, let's say, develop it. Perhaps talk, I think, with entrepreneurs who went in the same process. Perhaps I can also learn from that. And yeah, I would say.
How can we find you easily on the, digital network, maybe on LinkedIn? If more people are interested to know more about your project?
I would say I think I'm available via LinkedIn. I'm available in Facebook, Instagram. I think all social
Yazid,
media. I think.
Siteli.
Yes.
So process engineer, wastewater treatment. So we are very happy to receive you, and you just came from Netherlands. It's a great honor to see Moroccan young people who came with ideas and projects and experience, and also want to change also the industry of the sector of the water treatment. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And wish you the best experience here during this exhibition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Voilà, merci. Nous avions avec nous Yazid Siteli, professionnel en traitement des eaux usées, qui est arrivé justement de la Hollande pour la première fois ici au salon. Découvrez toutes nos émissions, toute l'actualité sur le secteur du bâtiment, de la construction, du BTP, à travers les émissions qui sont diffusées en ligne sur la chaîne officielle du SIB TV et sur les réseaux sociaux, bien sûr. Voilà. Donc n'hésitez pas à consulter la plateforme SIB.ma pour découvrir l'ensemble des activités du salon. Merci.
Merci.